and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to moderate this section of our ITIC WTM Virtual Summit. My name is Paul Hoskins. I'm a director of the ITIC company and also of Invest Tourism, a sister business. We not only specialize in organizing these international investment conferences, but also introducing investment partners to those with projects and development opportunities. And this afternoon, we're very fortunate to have one of our supporting partners with us from Brazil, from the Brazil Ministry of Tourism. And it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Karl Heinsenberg Santos, who is the General Manager Investment of Attraction for the Ministry of Tourism. And Karl, I think you've got some interesting developments there in Brazil. I shouldn't say down in Brazil, but in Brazil, which is, of course, South America's largest country with a vibrant economy and wonderful, diverse people, and expanding tourism opportunities beyond the cities of Rio and Sao Paulo and so forth. So over to you, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Paul Hoskins and colleagues. I would like to thank WTM and the International Tourism and Investment Conference for organizing this webinar. I think it's very important. Like Mr. Paul said, my name is Karl Heinsenberg and I'm General Coordinator of Investment Attraction of the Ministry of Tourism of Brazil. Everyone knows the tourism sector has been directly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Several countries adopted some travel restriction measures. Brazil is part of that. Although the duration of the pandemic is uncertain, science has advanced in a very fast pace, and finding an effective vaccine is a matter of months. The tourism sector is resilient and has proved to endure the profound crisis in the past, like 9/11 and 2008 financial crisis. But I'm really optimistic about the resurgence of tourism post-COVID, especially here in Latin America. In that sense, investments on the tourism sector will be crucial to restart tourism as countries and regions are slowly, carefully lifting confinement measures. Here in Brazil, in contrary of Europe, the cases of death, they are going down, luckily. To discuss some aspects of the Brazilian scenario, let me briefly present some slides I have here with a few tourism projects, initiatives promoted by the Ministry of Tourism and the Tourism Investment Attraction. I will share the screen, just a second, please. So we've picked a few projects, the most concrete we have here in Brazil. Our coordination is, the main goal is to attract and to capture foreign and national investments in tourism for our country. What do? We have two main specific goals. Here is the concession in public-private partnership and the investment attraction in the tourism sector. We have projects all over Brazil. We are talking about a country that has continental measures. It's quite big. It's the same size as Europe, so you can imagine. And I would like to start with our capital. Brasilia is located in the heart of Brazil, in the Midwest. It's a modernist architecture city, and we have two kinds of public here. The most potential tourist here is the civical tourism and the cultural tourism. We have two projects. One is in partnership with the Arena Brasilia, is our national stadium. We're gonna have a largest boulevard in the sports center by side with gyms, offices, shops, and medicine and clinic center. At this time, we have Mexicans and Dutch investors so far. We have another contacts to develop the area as well. Another. I'm gonna speak fast because I don't have a lot of time. The other project is called BSB Waves, like Brasilia Waves. Is a theme park, as you can see, to the lovers of surfers. At this time, we are a country who is really interested in surf. We have world titles. We have the last world champion in this sport. So this project is going to be at the beside the airport, the Brasilia airport, and as you can see, it's going to include clubhouse, events, restaurants, hotel. So in Brasilia, we have two projects. The main projects we can call like this is the Arena BSB and the Brasilia BSB Waves. When I go to the Rio de Janeiro, one of the most visited cities in the world, Maricá, just an hour drive from the city, we have a huge project. One of the best hotels, one of the best resorts in the world is going to be here. So far, we have investors from China, USA, and Spain. This is going to be a AAA resort. The boutique and sports hotels. Marae is the project, and I would like to inform this is going to start this month. They're going to start building the resort by now. When I moved to the northeast of Brazil, I have a place called Fortaleza. Is visited by a lot of people from Portugal, Italy, Spain, and Americans as well. Fortaleza has a gastronomic and sand and beach kind of tourism, and we have an aquarium to be built in the next year. So it's located in the capital, Fortaleza. Here in Brazil, we are divided by states as well, like the Americans. And we're going to have this aquarium. This is going to be one of the biggest aquariums in the world. 7 million liter ocean tank, 1 million liter shark experience tank. So if you can imagine, you can think we have different kind of projects here. You can mix the nautical tourism, the experience tourism, and the cultural tourism. When you go to the south, to Balneário Camboriú in Santa Catarina, in the south of Brazil, one of the cities most visited by the Argentines, our brother here. So we're going to have a restriction of a port that is really important for our cruising lines. If someone of the cruising lines enterprises are watching us, I would like to invite to know this project. This is going to impact the south of Brazil for something that's never shown before. We're going to have a marina, a shopping mall to add to this experience. When the cruises pass by, they stop in Santa Catarina, and you can have an experience in the local region. When you go up north again, you can see as the picture here in the picture. I'm sorry. You can imagine the kind of scenario you will expect. This is one of the most beautiful places in Brazil. We have white sand and warm water all over the year. The minimum temperatures in degrees is about 19-20, so you can imagine. And we're going to have one of the most and the biggest projects when we talk about six senses. We have at the moment an investor from Poland. They are looking for partnership as well. This is going to be a resort with all the sustainability and the environment protection. By the sea is about 500 meters from the sea, and you can have experience among the Oh, I just cut it. Okay, sorry. You can have an experience here by the sun, and you can have like a environment experience as well. When you go to the center of Brazil, Minas Gerais, you have a cultural, history, and gastronomic attractions. Here is more a tourism for academic and scientific people. You can travel around the historic teams and historic cities we have in the center of Brazil. We're gonna build a geopark that projects integrate several educational, scientific, environment actions. This is going to be something revolutionary for the state as well, because can mix the schools and the academic environmental, but at the same time we can attract the people interested in visit this kind of tourism. When we talk about big city, I can not left behind. São Paulo is one of the biggest cities in the world, but here we are talking about the coast of São Paulo. It's about 1 hour and a half drive from the capital. São Sebastião is one of the most beautiful places from the state. And here we are going to build a public marina and port. So we want to have an experience from cruise lines. At the same time, the tourism port, the people want to see the sea fish and to see the way they work with the fishes and the way they work with the exportation of this domestic material. So here, public arena in São Paulo, São Sebastião, but when I go to the center, to the capital, São Paulo city, we don't need introductions. It's one of the biggest cities in the world, as I said, and I would like to mention this fantastic project. It's an eco project, as you can see. They will build a urban park with more than 10,000 Brazilian Atlantic forests, so you're gonna have a florist experience inside one of the biggest cities in the world with a lot of concrete, but you're gonna have experience with landscape, with trees, with the forest. I think this is gonna be something new in our country. All the projects here, we look to the sustainable measure. Here, if you go to the north of Brazil, Belém, Pará, is really well located because it's about 5 hours travel to United States. We have here one park. They want to build a real estate fund. They call Park Amazonia. This is an investment from the state, the local state, but they are looking for partners as well to invest in the real estate fund, and they want to bring theme parks, zoos, hotels, to develop the area as well. They have a fantastic gastronomy. They have nautical tourism, fishing tourism as well. So this is a place of Brazil they like to develop. Cabo Branco, if I can translate, is called White Cape, is located in Northeast, and this is the last project we've put on the vitrine to the people who want to invest in Brazil. In Northeast, for example, is located in the seafront, and João Pessoa is the capital of the Paraíba. At the moment, we have 3 projects from people from the Spain. They just announced them 2 weeks ago. So this is a project that goes to the second phase. We have the opportunity to build resorts here, to build a surf and water park, and like I said before, this is located in the seafront. I would like to thanks and to appreciate all the efforts and the WTM and ITIC for the opportunity. This is our contact. We can send the presentation as well. And I leave here the presentation and the contact of the context of the different projects we have here, and I would like to appreciate. I'm sorry about the time.
Well, not at all. Thank you very much indeed, Karl. Such fascinating developments that are ongoing and upcoming in Brazil. I must think that there are plenty of opportunities for business partnerships, and the value of all those developments run into many millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. And you're looking for partnerships with international investors for these projects. We'll be very happy to include these details and put out the contacts for you following the close of the conference. And I think now you have a video which you'd like us to view, which our office will now show. But thank you very much indeed for joining us today and for your participation and showing us such an interesting number of developments. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Tourism, the wonderful industry of happiness. Leisure or business, the motivation to travel is always the search for positive feelings and emotions. The tourism industry has proved throughout history to be one of the most prosperous global business activities, where it's possible to create jobs, wealth, natural preservation, and human development while searching for and achieving happiness. The global tourism market grew significantly and created great destinations. However, the destination the world is waiting for to enjoy and invest in was not really available until now. Brazil, the perfect destination to invest in right now. Seize the opportunity. The closure of the Brazilian continental tourism market in past years created the greatest tourism market reserve on the planet, but is now ready to embrace the visionaries and will make history with us. The world is about to testify the unleashing of our awesome tourism potential through the market opening the Brazilian people asked for. Brazil will soon be the #1 destination on Earth. And to meet this demand, it is planning aggressive infrastructure concession programs, as well as new legislation focused on red tape reduction and economic freedom, creating countless investment opportunities. Strong anti-crime measures have already been enacted with amazing results. The enhancement of legal certainty and environmental sustainability, in harmony with development and poverty reduction, will provide better living conditions for our people, while showing respect to our investors and business partners. Brazil is open for business, and the time for tourism is now.